We are created to be part of something bigger, to give praise to something bigger than just ourselves. Hey guys, and welcome to our discipleship journey. We're going to be using these mini-series for the next 12 weeks to do one video each week on a certain spiritual habit that we've been exploring for the last 2 years as a church. But I'd love us in this space once a week to watch a video and spend the next week working on that habit. And so this week, let's look at worship. And it is a spiritual discipline. It's a habit we need to develop. It's a habit we need to come back to again and again and again. The ironic thing about worship is that we actually were created to worship. You look at people around the world, Christians and non-Christians alike, and everyone at a concert longs to lift their hands and worship and sing and scream. Everyone at a sports stadium longs to lift their hands and sing to their team and cheer people on. We are created to be part of something bigger, to give praise to something bigger than just ourselves. And while our culture is fighting so hard to get us to worship ourselves and be our own God, and I think something in us just constantly pushes against that and knows that we're meant to worship something bigger than us. That is Jesus. The habit of worshiping Jesus, I think, always comes down to who He is. Who He is makes me worship Him, and then how. And we'll look at that quickly in this video. The nature of God and the attributes of God that make me want to worship Jesus. There's two predominant things. There's a lot of things, but two predominant things in this video is one, He is good, and two, He is holy. And so when we look at the goodness of God, we need to understand that He is for us. He loves us. God is not in heaven, distant and relaxing on a big throne and wanting you to do something begrudgingly you don't want to do, but He's forcing you to do it anyway. That's not Jesus. Jesus loves you. He is for you. He created you for relationship. He desires in worship for you to be in His presence. And the second thing is He is holy. There is no one like our God. He is unmatched in every way, immutable, uncreated, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, omnibenevolent, all the omnis. He is so unlike anything else. He is holy. Holy means set apart, nothing like it. That is our God. He is not one God among many gods, as some people will say, your God is just one God among many gods. No, He's not. He stands out amongst them all. He is holy and uncreated. He breathed the stars into being. That is the God we worship. And we see that He is good and He is holy. That's why I worship. And then when it comes to how, I'm always thinking, well, Lord, how do you want me to worship? Once again, there's so many ways we could talk about and so many different things we could discuss in this video. But for me, I love the verse in Hebrews 4:16. It says, come boldly and confidently into the throne room of grace to obtain mercy in a time of need. And I love that it says, come boldly and confidently. We walk into the presence of God confidently because He loves us, because Jesus died for us, because He's for us. And we don't come to the throne room of rewards. We don't come to the throne room of high fives and self-righteousness. It's not like only the religious leaders and the holy people can go there. This is for anyone. This is the throne room of grace. To obtain mercy, not to obtain a reward, to obtain mercy in a time of need. This is for people like you and I. This is for people who don't deserve to be there, who have dropped the ball, who have stumbled, who recognize that they are prone to sin. And God is going, come to me, come to my presence with this heart of worship. Why? Because God, do you want me to add something to you? Is that why you want me to worship? And God says, no, I want to add something to you. I want you to obtain mercy in a time of need. That is why I worship. That is why I praise. When I stand in God's presence, He blesses me. He takes away fear and anxiety and doubt, and He gives me mercy and joy and peace. That is on offer for us, not just Sunday morning, but every day. And so I'd love you, after this video, you might be scrolling through at night time, at home or in your kitchen, wherever you are. I beg you, C3 Crumb and anyone else watching, why don't you just take 3 minutes turn the phone off, put it to sleep, put it to the side, get off social media for 3 minutes. Think about God's goodness. Think about God's holiness, and in your heart actively come to the throne room of grace to obtain mercy right now. Let's practice that this week and see what happens as we continue to grow as worshipers.